To say look in ancient Greek, guys, you would say Skopeo. Skopeo. From Skopeo, we get a bunch of English words that I'm about to teach you, and the first one is scope. Now, when I said scope, the first thing you thought of was the telescopic device on top of a weapon, right? The shooter raises the weapon, looks through the scope, aims at the target, and fires. That was also the first thing I thought of. But when researching this word, I found out that scope has multiple meanings. It can mean the device on top of the weapon, of course. It can also mean the target, which I thought was kind of strange, or something aimed at, though I've never seen it used that way, but anyway, there it was. The definition was there. Can't argue with it. It can also mean range, as in a broad scope. So, history has a broad scope, for example. You can't go in depth on every period of human history. There's too much. The scope is too broad. You wouldn't have the mental range or the mental scope to handle it all. So, historians pick a time period and they study that because they know the historical scope is too broad. It can also be an abbreviation for a bunch of the words that I'm about to teach you. And the first one is borescope. A borescope is a device that we use to stare at boring people. Not true. This is not that kind of boring. This is the sort of boring where an insect bores into a tree or a termite bores into the wood. It's that kind of bore. And just like the termite boring into the wood, we can use a borescope to bore into tight spots, or to, if you can drill a hole and bore into a wall to then look around inside the wall behind the sheetrock or behind the construction material to see if there's a problem in the wall. And that keeps you from tearing out the entire wall if there's something in there that you need to look at. A borescope is a device that helps you see into tight spaces.